What is going on, everyone? My name is Jazz, and thanks for entering the Lobby of Hobbies, where today we're going to be taking a closer look at Dream Runners, a 2 to 4 player tile laying game that plays in about 30 minutes. It's published by Ankama Games and designed by Joanne Dufour. Now, this is a review copy that was sent to us in exchange for our honest opinions on the game. Now, in Dream Runners, players are going to be laying tiles, racing against each other and the clock through various dream states, where they're going to be collecting coins, collecting keys to open chests, and banishing nightmares, all while trying to score the most points. So let's go to the table and take a closer look at this game, see how it plays, and then ask the question, can you dig it? To figure out who this game is designed for, how intriguing it is and inviting to get to the table, and lastly, is the game good? So stay tuned and let's check this one out. So here are the components for Dream Runners. Off to the right is the main game board that has 4 different types of tiles that players are able to purchase throughout the game, 3 different chests that players will be unlocking for resources and points, along with these 4 different numbered dream tiles. We have some coins, keys, and 4 different colored star segments that players are gaining throughout the game. We have a sand timer and a player board that will keep track of players' points. 2 coins that players will receive, along with 4 starting tiles. With these 2 scoring markers, players will place one on the star track and one on their scoring track, or known as the serenity track. Players will set up the game by taking 2 random tiles from each numbered stack of 1 through 4. These dream tiles will be placed in numerical order, with 1 being up top and 4 being at the bottom. Players will take these 8 tiles and place them in the center of the play area, and they are now ready to start the game. At the start of each round, players will flip over the top dream tile. They will look at the icons and then flip over their tiles and try to match the icons on their tiles to the various icons on the dream tile. The first player to do this and compose their 3x3 grid will grab the sand timer, flip it over, and place it in front of their board. They will also collect a coin. All other players will be able to create their 3x3 grid with whatever time is remaining on the sand timer. There are some special rules in the rulebook if you are unable to compose a full 3x3 grid, but players will continue to compose until the time runs out. Once the time expires, players will now look at the compositions of their grids and compare them to the dream tiles. Players are looking at icons like these banishing icons and trying to match them up to the nightmares that are on the dream tile, and along with these collecting icons to collect the various resources on the dream tiles. As you can see in the top left corner, the player wasn't able to place a banish icon to banish this nightmare, resulting in a -2 on their point tracker, but they were able to banish the nightmare in the bottom right. This orange and white star fragments the players were able to collect, giving them 2 white star fragments and 1 orange fragment. Once all players have collected their resources, they will look to move to the next step, which is making improvements for the upcoming round. With their resources, players can do things like turn in 3 coins and move up 1 spot on the serenity track, and they can do this as many times as they would like. For 4 coins, they can make a purchase in the marketplace and add a new tile to their supply, but can only make 1 purchase. If they have all 4 fragments, 1 of each color, this allows them to move their marker up 1 spot on the star track. Now, if a player has collected any of the chests during a round and have the keys to unlock the chest, they can flip that over and gain the resources and sometimes scoring points or serenity points on the back of that tile. Players will continue this round to round, scoring dream points from their serenity track, the star track, along with points that are on their tiles, and the player with the most points wins. Now, as you can see with the Dream Runners, this game is definitely more on a lighter weight scale, primarily geared towards your new and casual gamers, and even gamers that want to play games with their families. Now, when it comes to experienced gamers, I think many who would play this game might find it a little bit too light, or if they are going to enjoy this game, I think it's going to be those experienced gamers who enjoy tile laying games and who enjoy a filler game that is going to have that real-time element. This is one that I played at the 2, 3, and 4 player count, and at All player counts, this game lasted under 30 minutes, and that was even with teaching the game on how it's played. But I definitely think this is going to be that lighter weight game geared toward just getting into the table, laying some tiles down, and just honestly having some fun and seeing who's going to score the most points. So let's take a look and ask ourselves how inviting this game is. Now, looking at the art and theme for Dream Runners, this game is one that's an abstract puzzly type game, and I think the art lends its way to that abstract nature, right? Where it's open for interpretation. I think it's beautifully done, but it really doesn't, speak to a specific theme other than, dreams. Beautiful tiles, but honestly, if I'm placing this on the table and as someone walks by, I don't think the first thing they're going to think of is dreams with respect to the theme or the nature of this game. So theme is one that is lacking here, but the gameplay is exactly what it's designed to be, an abstract, puzzly game that plays fast and is just meant to be enjoyable back and forth between players. All right, so lastly, the question, is this game good? Now, I will say that after my many playthroughs of this game, I had fun each and every time I played the game. The ability to, race against your opponents, to build out your 3x3 grid more efficiently than the others, and try and race to grab that timer and put the pressure on them as they frantically built against the time, was one that we all had a fun experience with. But the biggest question I have is just the replayability factor of this game. After seeing the tiles come out round by round and game after game, does it become redundant? Is it just about trying to banish, the most monsters, or is it going to be the person who's going to, get the most coins? Now, I know in my playthroughs, it was about who could banish the most monsters and not get, negative results against them. Which also led to the luck of what tiles were available from in the market round to round. And I knew that the players who were able to acquire tiles that had more banishing abilities was the players that were kind of more at the top of the leaderboard after each playthrough. But it's one that doesn't overstay its welcome and has a short play time, and I think is one that most people will have fun playing with their families. So if this one is one that interests you, check out Dream Runners from Ankama Games. Now, if this is your first time with us here at the Lobby of Hobbies, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button along with that bell icon. That way you can be notified anytime we drop new content here on the channel. But I want to say thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you guys on the next episode.